I'm so hungry! Alrighty. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Obviously, not just Joelle as usual. I got a friend here. This is Sean. You guys may or may not recognize him. If you're an OG, you've been here for a while, you've probably seen him in quite a few videos, but he's my boyfriend! Ah!
Yay!
Basically, I've been asked quite a few questions just on when am I gonna film a video with Sean? When am I gonna, you know, talk more about our relationship and stuff like that? So the time has come, and we're gonna be answering your guys' questions that I requested over Instagram as we mukbang it up with our sundubu. I got a dumpling sundubu or Korean tofu soup.
I got assorted or
Yeah.
seokko, I guess in Korean.
Yeah, and little side dishes here. So we're just gonna be eating and answering your questions. Yeah, we'll just try to be as informative as possible, and you know, I feel like a lot of people ask me advice questions a lot. Sean has a wealth of knowledge he can share with you all as well. Yeah, anyways, I'm really hungry. I'll pray for us. Alrighty, dear God, thank you for this food and this day and this time that we have together. Thank you for, I guess, being able to do things that we haven't done before. It's for my last day in Seattle. And that we see the time well and enjoy it. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. And also just some background. So we are in a long distance relationship. I am here visiting him in Seattle for a few days. Normally I am either in San Francisco or across the country in college on the East Coast, and he's just chilling here. He's a working man. Anything you would like to add, Sean?
What do they want to know? I don't know.
Well, I guess I gotta get into the questions and find out. So a bunch of people actually asked the same question, so we're just gonna kind of go generally first, but people wanted to know our backstory, how we met, first date, like that whole thing. I can start that off if you want.
Yeah,
So,
I'll just chime in when anything's wrong.
Or perfect memory. But basically, so we met my freshman year in college at Dartmouth. We both went to Dartmouth. Sean was a junior, so he's 2 years older. But we met the fall, so we were both peripherally involved in the Christian fellowship called AUDIBLE. Neither of us were very involved that whole term, but we both decided to volunteer for the same event at the very end of the year, which was their Thanksgiving event. And so we were both cooking, and that's where we first met. Granted, it was not like, ooh, sparks fly or anything. It was just like, oh, like, he knew my UGA.
I was also in a different relationship.
He was also in a relationship
at that point, so definitely not trying to do anything.
I was also like, I started out college very much in the mindset of like, I'm just not gonna date anyone until I graduate. Dartmouth has like an interesting quarter system plan where people can leave pretty commonly to go intern or whatever during the year. So he was gone during the winter, just came back in the spring. When he came back in the spring, I had gotten really close to one of his good friends. But we still were not close. Like, it was awkward. We would like see each other and we were like, I don't remember if he or she remembers me, so we're just not gonna say hi. And at the very end of my freshman year, his junior year, we finally started talking again and just being like, how's it going? Like, we should pretend, you know, we should acknowledge that we know each other. And he also was not dating anyone at that point. Merp.
We started hanging out with Dari and Steph and Thomas at the end of spring. And then summer came. I was interning in New York, and Joelle was interning with Shara and Danny, and they stopped through New York. So Joelle hit me up and said, yeah, we want to hang out, and I was like, sure. And so I think it was July. We met up after work to get some popping soup, which is like shaved ice. Had a nice conversation, and then I guess I walked you home.
That's
and apparently that's when Joelle started liking me, and I was just...
Oh, you say that you're oblivious now. I don't...
Dude, I was making like Mario Kart references because I thought I was like...
Okay,
clever.
I showed his text to my older sister, and my sister was like, that is extremely flirty. He's either flirting or an idiot.
I was an idiot.
So, anyways, that got me thinking about it. You know, tossing the idea around with friends. And I hate having feelings, like I hate catching feelings, so I was like, nah, this sucks.
That was also when other people started asking me if we were dating.
That is true, because we look good together, but...
And that's when I was thinking, no way. I'm going into my senior year. She's still gonna be in school. What's the point in dating for just a year? Just because most likely we're gonna break up when I graduate. So
yeah,
I kind of dismissed the idea.
Of it. Yeah, we came into his senior year, my sophomore year. Basically, like first week of school, we were back together. We were back for like UGA training, so there weren't many people on campus. So I'd like hit him up to like hang out and also be like, do I really like you? Or am I just like fooling myself? Turns out I really liked him. So I let him know, like very upfront. I was like, hey, I like you. And he was like, I think I like you too, but I don't know if we should date, so we'll get back to you in a week.
I didn't say a week, I just said I'll get back to you. And then a week went by and I didn't get back to you.
He said a few days because I asked him how long it would take.
Don't rush it.
Well, at the end of that week, he was also like, yeah, nah, we shouldn't date. And I was like, I probably could have figured that out, but okay.
Basically, we kept hanging out like normal, except basically acting like we were dating. Most people thought we were dating. And then eventually I was like, yeah, I think it was after a month in October. I was like, yep, I guess I do really want to do this. You still in it? And she was like, I.
So that's how we started dating. Someone asked like about our first date. We didn't have like an official like first date because we like hung out so much and we're like just good friends for a while. We
did call something our first date.
At the very end
of after like
2 months of dating.
Yeah, after 2 months of dating, we were like, oh no, we haven't gone on like a date, like a date night date. So we
went to a really nice restaurant.
Yeah, walked around Occam, and then which is like a pond at our school, and then I took Joelle out to a dinner
at Simon Pierce, if any of you Dartmouth people know.
And then I think that was it. Right?
It was pretty late. Very sweet. It was right before I left for home for winter break.
Yeah.
Like we left the next day. Kristen just says, I have no question. I just want to say y'all are cute as frick. Love you, Kristen. She also has a long distance boyfriend, so ooh, long distance crowd. I don't know why that's something to celebrate. That's really not something to celebrate, but hey. Someone also asked, how much does Kimmy pay y'all? Not a paid actor.
Kimmy, if you want to pay me, that'd be lovely.
Kimmy pulled through. Dari asked, would you call the Q&A Joelle? His last name's O. Ha ha ha. We got a lot of questions from our friends, so this is like us combing through.
Particularly one friend.
Yeah. Micah asks, when will Sean propose? Anyway, she also asks, if you were to get a dog together, what kind of dog would you get? That's a really good question.
Was it supposed to be like what dog I think the two of us could raise together?
Yeah.
Or
well, yeah, that's like
what dog do I want and then what dog do you want? And see if it's the same.
Let's do both. I already know mine. I think you already know mine also. You won't like it. I already know you won't like it.
Besides, it's not a greyhound.
Sean's irreplaceable.
Actually, I know what dog I'd want.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Bernese
Italian
Mountain
Greyhound.
Dog. I don't like greyhounds. They freak me out. They really freak me out. They're way too skinny and they look fragile and they look like they're scared. They're like overgrown chihuahuas.
It's like Jenna Marbles' dog is so cute. Maybe I'll just have to get an Italian Greyhound when we're not living in the same city because, you know, long distance. And then I'm like, you know, if you want to date me, the dog is part of the deal too. I don't even know what the dog that you said was.
Burmese Mountain Dog?
It's a big dog, right?
It's a huge dog. It's huge.
They're so hard to raise.
I know, but they're so friendly and they're so pretty.
Anyways, looks like we'd have to find a compromise. Next question is, how do you remember to keep being individuals and a couple at the same time?
It's pretty easy for us. We're long distance.
And also very strong individuals, I would say.
90% of the time we're not with each other, so.
Yeah. Which I actually like really appreciate. That's one of the things I like about long distance is like, obviously, like Sean's a huge part of my life, but I don't rely on him in like any way.
What?
No, like in an unhealthy, codependent way. Obviously, I rely on him for emotional support. But like, as part of like my identity or like where I get like fulfillment or satisfaction.
Yeah.
I can't really rely on Sean because he's far away. I also just generally think that that's unhealthy and like I want to be able to be my own person so that when we come together in a relationship, I have something to offer and I'm not just like, feed me my identity.
No, at least it's easy for us. I don't know how it's like for people who are together. Although it wasn't that hard either when we were at school together. Just because you spend a lot of time doesn't mean like you're not yourself.
Yeah. I think also we didn't like close ourselves off. It's not like we only hung out with each other at Dartmouth when we were there together. A lot of our time spent together was spent in groups. And I think it was really good just to have like a community rather than like only each other. Paula asked, where can I find a good man? Don't say church. Sean, where do the good men hide?
They're waiting for the girls to, you know, just put the effort forward, like me. Bad answer, but they're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're probably scared.
You don't want to date a scaredy cat.
I'm a scaredy cat.
Okay, I dated a scaredy cat.
You're dating a scaredy cat.
No, you're no longer a scaredy cat.
I'm still scared. If we broke up, ooh, you know how long it would take me? Freaking forever.
Yeah, because you couldn't replace me.
Ooh.
Just kidding. Not really. Go to Agape Thanksgiving, that's what we do. Doris asks, what's one thing that has helped keep your long distance relationship going?
So during the day, we don't really talk to each other that much.
We don't text.
I'm terrible at Snapchat, at texting, at Instagram, at pretty much most social media. I don't check my phone throughout the day. Well, I'm at work, so I try not to. I know she wants me to, but we do end every day together, which is nice. Or we try to. Like I'd say like 90% of the nights we either hop on a phone call or we Skype. And usually it's for like an extended amount of time.
But even just like on nights that we can't, we like even just leave a voicemail.
And then we see each other in person maybe once every 1.5 months or so.
But other than that, I've talked about this in other Q&As, but like we have like a very, like our relationship is very much not fear-based, which I think is what ruins a lot of long distance relationships. It's like, what are they doing without me? Like, do they miss me as much as I miss them? Like, are there other boys or girls I should be worrying about? And like, honestly, I've never worried. Like, I've had like small moments of insecurity right when we started dating, but like since then, nothing like that bothers me at all. And like, I don't even ask myself those questions and like let my mind go there. So it's like very peaceful, I guess you could say. I would say that's a big part of like what keeps us together too. Oh, how long have you been together?
Well,
1 year and 11 months as of.
And 2 days.
In 2 days, yeah.
We both forgot.
I know, we normally wish each other like a happy month anniversary every month, but since we were together, we were just like, meh! So, oh, that's what I was like. How to find a genuine relationship in college instead of just a hookup. Don't hook up with people.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I guess I always say be picky. There's plenty of people, like a lot of people will be interested in you. Doesn't mean you have to be interested in them.
And again, just don't hook up with someone until they're trying to take you on a date. And if they're only trying to hook up with you, then don't date them. Who wears the pants in the relationship? Really? Really? My more comprehensive answer is that
we're even. We both have equal right. Yeah. Equality.
No, but like I think I'm more vocal about stuff. But at the end of the day, like I like put Sean's opinion, whether he like really vocalizes it or just like insinuates it, pretty highly. I feel like we're pretty sensitive to what each other like thinks.
Yeah, I mean it's not. It'll be like when I point to her, it's like 55-45. It's not like 90-10 or like I'm like being whipped around or something. Since
we both try to be accommodating, it never feels like one of us is forcing the other one to do something.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like this video is gonna have a lot of you saying like, right? And I'm like, yeah.
What's your favorite books, respectively?
All-time favorite book, Last Lecture by Randy Pausch.
I don't know. Should I say the Bible? Okay, next question.
Such a cop-out.
Oh, Gia's like, why are you all so cute? Love you, Gia. This question basically asking like, do we differ in like Christian theology? Since we're both Christian, wow. And like, how do we work through that? Because a lot of times differences in theology can create tension in really close relationships like ours.
She's much more charismatic. I didn't know what charismatic was up until like a year ago.
I told him.
Until she told me. I'm also much younger or newer in my faith. I don't know what the right word is. So it is hard when Joelle just assumes I know a lot of stuff and then I really don't know it, or I question a lot of things and Joelle's like, oh shoot. There are some times where it's like, all right, Joel, you gotta like talk. You gotta like explain what it is. Like, I didn't know what prophetic words were. Like, I thought it was like crazy people just like, yeah. And then
I had no idea that he thought that. I thought he knew what I was talking about.
And then I didn't find out until like 2
months
months
later.
And we had like a mini, not argument, but like a
Well, like a concerned, like,
Yeah.
oh shoot, like, is this gonna be a problem?
And then like 2 months later, Joelle's mom explained it to me, and I was like, oh, that's not bad. And Joelle was like, what? You didn't know?
I thought I'd explained it, but I guess I didn't. So this is the part of our relationship that we don't film, obviously, but like throughout the year of Bethel, we had a lot of like, not disagreements, but just stuff that we had to work through, being like, okay, what do we think about this? Or what do we think about this? And like, where are our priorities and stuff like that? And like, I think we've both come to a place where we're like, we're obviously okay with differing, but there's some things that we do need to like have like the same foundation. And
like the root of it all though is just don't assume. Like, yeah, just ask questions, be open.
Ugh. Ugh. She always does that. Do you guys pray together? Yes, we do. I think since we talk normally at the ends of our days, we try to close every day praying before we go to bed together, pray before every meal together. We try to be pretty diligent about asking for like prayer requests if something's coming up, or if something just is like weighing on us, that we make sure we like ask each other to pray about it, not just like letting each other know about it. Doris also asked, how do you keep each other accountable in your faith?
This is accountability in general.
Yeah.
Faith is included, I think. I learned from basically like the seminar I went to, I think it was by Marshall Goodwin or something like that. Was the first
that
time?
Microsoft?
Yeah. Where people think they know how to be better at something, or you try to think like, oh, I need to figure out how to be a better student, a better friend. How people never just ask blatantly, like
how to be better.
How can I be a better son? How can I be a better friend? So since that seminar, we started asking each other every like couple months or so, like, how can I be a better boyfriend? How can I be a better girlfriend? And it's like pretty open, pretty honest with each other. Then from time to time things come up, and then faith comes into the conversation for that. How are things going? That kind of stuff.
I think it's rare that we really need to like call each other out for something. I think we're both pretty self-aware. And after every argument, if I know that I was like judgmental about something, or like said, or just like was behaving in a way that like I don't want to behave, like I always send Sean a text after, being like, sorry, like I know that I was like this, and like I really don't want to be like that, and what I meant to say was this, and stuff like that.
It's also like knowing each other well enough, like,
yeah,
I know in the heat of the moment Joelle can be a certain way, so I usually let it go in the moment.
Yeah.
And then like the next night she comes and she texts back first, so I already know she's gonna do that because that's who she is. So in the moment there's no point in like throwing fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
When she's wrong, when I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you're pretty aware also, like when you say something that I'm like,
your face, also her face, legit, like if you say something
so
that like pisses her off or that's wrong, you know immediately. It runs in the family, the whole family is like that.
So he knows, and he's like, oh,
I literally go like, oh crap.
how is it communicating with Sean's parents? Any plans to learn Korean? So, background, Sean is full Korean. I am half Korean, half Chinese. So Sean was raised understanding Korean, not necessarily like speaking all the time, but like he's pretty fluent, even though he says he's not. I, on the other hand, don't know Chinese and don't know Korean.
But it's not that bad. I mean, my parents have lived in the US and worked in the US for 25 years now, and their work requires them to talk in English. So Korean is their preferred, and it's what they're most comfortable with, but they can talk and understand and have conversations in English. I think there's always like a worry, especially that like, you know, can my parents talk to Joelle's parents about deeper subjects, like something more than just like, how are you, like how are things going? And we don't know yet. We'll figure it out.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Daniel asks, what's your opinion of him joining a bowling league? Basically, my small group leader loves bowling and has been trying to get me to join. Yeah, what's your opinion?
I think it's cool that you're trying new things. Sean's really good at being like proactive about like establishing his adult life. Like some people out of college without the structure, they have no idea what the hell to do. They're just like, oh my gosh, how do I make friends? Like how do I find new communities and whatever, and they only hang out with people from their college. But I love that Sean, he found a church, he has really good church friends, he has friends at work. He's just been able to like start doing all these different things. Like he tried rock climbing, like bouldering. He started picking up guitar again, he's been playing tennis. Now I guess he's bowling. He joined a softball league. I think it's cool. And Daniel, yes, I do think Sean likes you. So. What's some advice you have for incoming 22s about friendships and relationships? So for incoming freshmen, if we have any advice.
Incoming freshmen, don't date your freshman year. At least not your freshman fall. Because then you'll have the same friends. And if you break up, that's gonna suck because you'll have the same friends. So
If/probably when.
honestly, just meet a lot of people, I would say. College sometimes sucks. Like the first like month or so, honestly, will kind of suck. Because you don't have socially. I mean, in general too, in a way. Like, it's more fun. Like, you have more freedom than high school, but classes are way harder. You don't know how to study for tests. You'll probably won't do super hot on your first test, especially
not like you'll do badly.
Not you'll do bad.
But don't worry if you do badly.
Yeah. But it's like you'll realize that like you were the smartest kid in high school maybe, and then all of a sudden in college you're like, oh shoot, people are like actually smart. Meet a lot of people. Like, don't get stuck in one place.
Yeah.
Especially if you go to a small school like Dartmouth. Like, you don't have to be just in your sports team or your freshman floor. Don't be afraid to just like spread yourself.
Yeah, make an effort to stay uncomfortable with things. If you find something's getting too routine, you're with the same people too often, it's probably time to like go just explore a little bit.
That doesn't mean ditch all those friends. It just
no. Expand. Yeah. So it means like, okay, if you're gonna have every meal with the same group of friends, maybe just like one dinner you go and like reach out to someone in the class or something, because it's freshman year and you might as well try more things.
And Dartmouth does a lot to help freshmen out. And there's trips, I think, is like the best thing in the world.
E82.
You have your freshman floor. Hopefully you have a good UGA who will help you out. There's a lot of first year programs, social get-togethers.
Yeah, just show up to stuff and like meet people.
Go to class. That's where I meet a lot of people. Go to class.
For more reasons than just to make friends.
But also to make friends.
Emily asked a bunch of questions. She asked, what's your favorite thing to do together? And do you know each other's favorite food? What's your favorite thing to do together? Besides, of course, eat our favorite foods.
Favorite thing to do together? I can like list off the things we do a lot of while we're together.
What's those?
We used to watch like shows together. So we watched Full Metal Alchemist, we watched Stranger Things.
You watched
movies.
What's that Wong Fu thing? Single by 30.
Yeah, that one. Every time she visits, except for this time, I make her do grocery runs with me because I like having company at the grocery store. And
I like grocery shopping. So we tend to like make stuff together. Like we'll cook something.
Yeah, we cook.
We do a lot of outdoorsy stuff together. We go on like hikes, we'll go to the beach. This past weekend we went canoeing or kayaking together, which is fun. I feel like it's easier at Dartmouth to list because we would go to like the river together.
Yeah.
And just hang out and like take photos or rent some canoes. Yeah. We have a lot of things though. We'd also like go out together in college. Like we'd go play Pong with our friends, like with our friend group. That was really fun.
Favorite foods?
This is his favorite food.
Sundubu is definitely my favorite food. Joelle has a lot of foods she likes. She's less picky than I am. I'm a super picky eater.
So he doesn't eat vegetables.
It's useless.
That's literally like the most untrue thing you could possibly
I've met a lot of people who don't like vegetables. So
yeah, but they eat them anyways, or else
the majority of them are under the age of 10, but you know, they're still there. But Joelle really likes like naengmyeon is like one of her favorite foods.
It was Korean cold buckwheat noodle soup. And do you know my favorite dessert?
Ice cream? Oh, yeah. It's popping soup. Ironically, or not ironically, coincidentally, the first thing we had when we had our first meetup. Which, you know, effectively might be our first date. We just didn't know it at the time.
Yeah, except for there was just like no interest.
Yeah.
But anyways.
See, we also don't get mad when we forget small, petty things.
That keeps the relationship strong. What does Sean think about your YouTube channel? Tell us, Sean.
I think it's cool. I don't take a lot of pictures. I don't post on social media much. I don't record anything in my life. So now I have a photo album and a video history and stuff to remember my life.
Yeah.
So it's fun to watch previous videos of us, but it's also like I appreciate that YouTubing is something that she's super passionate about and she pursues no matter what people say. When you think about it, like you have to be pretty bold to be able to put yourself out there and accept criticism and things like that. So I admire that about her because I wouldn't be able to do it.
So for our last question, it's just, do you guys have any future plans? Obviously, people are asking about marriage. I just don't have the energy to answer that right now. But, you know, for short-term future, do we have any plans? I would say obviously yes. Stay together.
Do they want like career plan, like personal plan?
Well, I think
like
personal
plan, like faith
your
plan?
meal plan.
Like, I'm 1 year out of college, so I've been in Seattle working at Microsoft. Probably work for Microsoft for another 2 to 4 years, I would say. Somewhere between. I love Seattle.
4?
On the long end.
Okay.
I love Microsoft. I love my job. I love Seattle. So there's not a big reason to leave other than this one. Most likely after Microsoft, I'll go to business school, just because I think there's a lot I want to learn from there. But who knows, because we have what? 1.5 years of long distance left, so a lot.
Of guaranteed long distance.
Of mandatory long distance, which is basically until Joelle graduates from Dartmouth. So things might change then, but who knows?
Like Sean said, I have school to work on. My plan is to graduate. After that, I'll go wherever I find work, which could be the Bay Area, could be LA or New York, but
or Seattle.
Yeah. I want to work in film and entertainment, and a lot of that is in LA, as you can imagine. You know, they have so many tech offices in LA also. Sean, I'm sure, could get a job at. So
She's trying to change me. I'm fighting.
I'm not trying to change you. I'm just trying to maybe suggest what you may not have previously considered. But yeah, that's our plan. But I mean, obviously, like, I think throughout the whole time we want to like make it work and like work on being closer towards each other. We'll start out by being on the same coast.
Same time zone, same coast, same state, then maybe the same city. Yeah.
We'll work our way there. We got some time though. Anyways, I think that is all the questions we have. This is going to be a very long video, but you guys requested it, and this isn't gonna happen again for quite some time, so I wanted to get everything out there. But yes, alrighty, I'm full. That was really good. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This little Sean Q&A where we get to answer your questions. Thank you to everyone who asked a question and just has been following along with us for a while. Honestly, you can find the vlog actually where we first meet up in New York. A lot of our like friendship and history is actually documented on YouTube, which I think is funny. God's been faithful to both of us in helping us keep our relationship super strong and just enjoyable every step of the way. So yeah, it's awesome to be able to share it with you guys, and I hope it's like helpful in any way. If you guys are curious, or if you guys just want some entertainment and want to listen to this couple talk while I eat some food. Yeah, so if you guys have not yet already subscribed, please feel free to do so. Join the J team, where, do you remember it?
Nobody's a bench warmer and everybody gets to play?
Everyone's a playmaker.
Oh, everyone's, sorry.
I think of High School Musical every time I say that. Anyways, yeah, and if you have not yet followed me on all my social medias, if you want to see more of my everyday life for whatever reason, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Those are always linked down below, or just thrown, I think I'll put them up here for your convenience. And if you guys want to follow Sean, you can follow him. I'll have his Instagram linked below.
I don't post much, so
yeah, he's not super active.
Like all my old pictures if you want.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.